I'm Steph from Stitching with Steph, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a stitch with me. This particular canvas is a counted canvas, and it's a peony canvas. It is unbranded, and I did get this from Biggest Craft. I will go ahead and leave a link in my description for where you can get this particular canvas. It is an 11 count, 40 by 60 centimeters, and it does have 40 colors. So if this is something that you're interested in, stay tuned. My subscribers, if you're returning today to do this stitch with me, thank you again for coming along for this journey for this video. I really appreciate you returning. If you're a new viewer and you like counted canvases or stamped canvases, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and that way you can get content that is pertaining to the type of projects that you like. If you like this particular video, please feel free to hit that like button. All right, let's go ahead and dive straight into this Stitch With Me Week 2 Counted Canvas Peony. All right, friends, so as you can see here, we left off on number 24. We're going to go ahead and go down into the box underneath it. I have not worked on this since we last stitched it together, just because this is my first tried and true canvas for a counted. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on this box here, which is this one here. And let me double check. We are doing color number 24. So let's see what 24 is. 24 is 939. So let's go ahead and get started on this entire box here. So I've actually noticed quite a bit of you guys like counted cross stitch, which I'll be honest with you, I'm impressed. So I have went ahead and ordered more counted cross stitch kits that come like this to review for you guys. So it gives you a little bit more of a variety, and we can kind of see what retailers have out there for you guys. Um, I I actually am really enjoying this cross stitch. Again, this is my first counted already pre-made kit. The ones that I've done were kind of like from, let me think, Michaels. So I've done a couple of smaller ones from Michaels, but I do have some coming from Fan Sale. I do have some from Biggest Craft, which is where this one's from. I just only ordered like I think 2. I did this one and the Skull Review, which were the only 2 that I had. I do have some pending orders for counted from Temu as well coming in. So be on the lookout for those. Those are going to be coming. I can't promise when because I do have an exorbitant amount of reviews to go through. Just because I know when I first started, I didn't know where to begin, and I wanted I wanted to know where to buy things, but I was kind of hesitant. So I did rely heavily on reviews on YouTube for myself when I was purchasing kits, just because, other people were a little bit more experienced than I was. So we're going to go ahead and just do this whole row here. Oops, sorry guys, as you can see, it's been a minute. Okay. Oh, that's not what I want. I want my pencil. Okay, I want that. Let's do this one. Yeah, it works, right? I don't care as long as it marks. You guys are gonna laugh. I'm pretty easygoing when it comes to stuff like this. All I care about is knowing what I worked. As you can clearly see right there. It's not the same pencil marker. I don't care as long as it's marked. I'm not that anal about a pattern on a marking on my iPad. I just need to know what I'm doing, to be honest. But like I said, I have a lot of kits coming in that are counted for you guys. So don't worry. I haven't left out you guys. I have looked at other websites where they have bigger kits, but some of the patterns I've noticed when, like 1, 2, 3 stitch, stuff like that, like Heaven and Earth Designs, I looked over there. I am not a fan of 18 count and like 24 count. I noticed a lot of their patterns have smaller count. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I've had LASIK done twice, and I'm just not here for it. I can't do those. I think the biggest that I can go is maybe a 16 count. Maybe, I think I maybe have a couple in my review for 16 counts, but there's no way in Hades that I'm going to be able to do that on a consistent basis. I'm just trying to preserve my what little bit of eyesight I have left for these projects, as long as I can. I just don't want to constantly feel like I'm straining my eyes to see holes and stuff like that. Like I said, max that I think I've done is a 16 count that I'm going to be doing on this channel for you guys is a 16. And I can't justify the price on some of those kits if I don't absolutely love it. I was looking at one that I loved, 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 so I put the design in the cart, I put the cloth in the cart, I put had like 120 colors in the cart, and the total came out to like $142. I was like, there is no way in HE double hockey sticks I am going to be paying $142 for one pattern. It has to be something that I'm going to stitch on consistently, and I was going to do it for you guys for a review, but I can't justify $142 for a review, to be honest with you, on one pattern. Maybe as my channel gets bigger, hopefully, I can do stuff like that for you guys, but I can't right now, being a baby channel and just starting out and just starting counted cross stitches for you guys. Maybe when I get a little bit more comfortable, as you guys can see in my little reflection here, let me see if maybe I can do it that way there. You see my reflection in my iPad. Maybe then I'll be able to, but right now I cannot justify it. So we'll see in the future. If anybody knows where to get some counted cross stitch patterns and supplies inexpensively, drop me a comment because I am willing to explore. Let's see, there's only one there. Okay. To see where we can get those, and maybe I can review them for our followers and viewers. And it's newer to me, so if you know, let me know. Like, I most definitely would be willing to buy a pattern from somewhere and test it out and see if it's worth our time and money. But like I said, I think this one, I didn't even pay more than $10 for this one, and thread quality is good. The canvas is already pre-gridded for me. And that's another thing that drew me back from Counted. Gridding my canvas. Oy, oy, oy. To me, it's one of those like tedious details that I just don't want to deal with. If I got a pattern and I had to grid it, I would literally have no choice, right? Like, let's be honest. We already spent the time and the money and like just do it. But if I could avoid it at all costs, guys, I would. So if they have pre-printed fabric, that would be even awesomer. So if you're a counted girly or a county guy, drop me a comment. I would definitely love to check out some websites where I can get reasonably cost efficient patterns. I'm not talking like if it's a US based company, I know automatically I'm going to be paying a little bit more. But again, $142. That's a hard no. Definitely a hard no for me. But if they're reasonably cost effective, like I'm talking 50-ish, $60 for a US-based company, right? Or even a European-based company, I would be okay with. Okay, let's go ahead and mark out the second row that we just finished. So here we go. All of these are done. Sounds like my daughter's up. She's roaming the house. It's her senior year, so right now the kids in the schools are taking what we call state testing here and SATs and ACTs. So since she's a senior, she don't have to worry about that, right? Because she's already done all that. So she's had the last couple of days off from school, and she's actually enjoyed it. We've just been kind of hanging out. I've been not feeling well the past several days, so I've been knocking out a video here, a video there for you guys. I have a stomach bug, which all my videos that are going to be posting this week, you're going to hear me apologize, because sometimes I have to stop my video to drink because I'm getting a little dry in the mouth, or I just don't feel good and I have to stop because my nausea is kicking in. I do feel better than what I did 2 days ago, though, to be honest. All right, it looks like I'm running out of thread, so I'm going to pause the video here and grab some thread and rethread. I don't like wasting your guys' time doing that, so bear with me. I'm going to rethread. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, guys, I went ahead and rethreaded with that 939 so we can finish this box. So as you can see here, I have a lot of these like half cross stitches here. So what I'll do is I'll go in like an empty box around it. I'll do a pin stitch. That way I can finish the full stitch. And as you can see, it's not going nowhere. Which again is why I like 11 and 14 count, because you can do pin stitches. If not, then you'll probably have to do one that it's called railroading, like where you go under. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this up. So back to that conversation. If you guys know of any good counted cross stitch companies, let me know, and I'd be more than willing to check them out and see if maybe I can order a kit from there to see if I can review it for our channel, and see what they have. Again, I'm looking for my everyday consumer, right? Something that's reasonably priced, that if someone is really interested in that pattern or that kit, they can easily afford it. Again, I feel like that's becoming more by the wayside for people with what's going on in our economy here in the US right now. So any suggestions would be great, guys. Any suggestions? Okay, since I'm almost done with this row, I'm gonna now, if I had a lot more confetti, I would be doing my stitch, stopping, and then marking my canvas, to be honest with you. But since this is pretty solid, I'm just going on. So let's see here. Okay, let's stop right there. So if you lose track of where you're at here, so we have row 1, row 2, row 3. We just finished row 3, which is on here, row 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So there we go. We're just going to go ahead and do it that way. Oh, you know, I just realized I think I selected the pencil mode this time versus pin. Actually, I kind of like the pencil mode a little bit better, to be honest with you. So this is pencil and that's pin, which would make sense with the strokes if you look at it. Sometimes I am a little ditzy, don't mind me. There we go. So I'll probably, with this particular stitch with me, I may do a couple of different. I do have to leave in about 10 minutes to go pick up my kids, so we might have a pause break. No, I lied. 20 minutes. So yeah, we'll probably have a pause break. And then I'll come back. I do know you guys like the counted a little bit longer, closer to 30 minutes, I think. Just because you like seeing the canvas come to life per se. So like this one, let's see. This one goes over into the second box 3 stitches, so I'm going to go ahead and just knock that one out. Because it's not too complicated, but the next row it looks like there's a lot. Okay, there we go. What is going on today? And then see, now that we're coming back across that pin stitch, see how it's going to cover it, so you're not even going to notice it because it's the same color. So just use your judgment depending on what canvas you're doing. That's what I love about stitching is it's whatever you see fit, to be honest. So 3 stitches. For me, the only reason why it's hard for me to do counted is because of my ADHD. It's hard for me to stay super focused for long periods of time. Although I will admit, I do enjoy doing counted as much as I do stamped, to be honest. So we're here, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm going to be quiet for a second so I can pay attention to what I'm doing. Oh. All right, so what I'm going to do is, so I don't forget that I did those 3 stitches, I'm just going to stop right quick and just mark out 1, 2, 3, and then I'm just going to go ahead and do this whole row because that's what I'm working on right now. Yeah, when I very first started doing counteds, like I said, it was kits from Michaels, and boy, oh boy, and of course I didn't pick a kit that that came with a pre-gridded canvas. Nay, nay, I went ahead and did a kit that I had to figure out for myself, and I didn't know gridding was like a thing, and again, I did these things with my aunt and my mom when I was younger, but it was like on the plastic ones. I forgot what it was called. My aunt, my mom, and grandma, and I remember making like tissue box covers and little houses with yarn, but we never did it with thread like this. So when I got that first kit, I was like, I didn't know you were supposed to grit it. And again, that's probably what turned me off from counted. But now picking up this kit because I was like, I want to venture into counting for my channel. Um, I actually enjoy it, to be honest. Let me see. Right there. Okay, there we go. I had to fix that stitch. I actually enjoy it, to be honest. So, like I said, I've purchased a lot more from overseas sites. I mean, honestly, even with like the tariffs coming in, I'll be honest, I'll probably still, I mean, I probably won't buy as many kits. It has to be really catching my eye at this point, or something that I think my viewers will like in order for me to purchase that for you guys for reviews. Okay, so this one, let's see how far this one goes. Oh, okay, I could do that row too. Because if you look here, it only goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'll probably do that whole section there too. I don't think I'll get into it with this video, to be honest with you guys, but when we come back to our next Stitch With Me for week 3, because I'm doing the reviews weekly with you guys, or weekly Stitch With Me's, you'll kind of see the progress and I'll show you what I did. Well, you weren't on camera with me. So let's move this up a smidge. And those of you, if you didn't catch my first Stitch With Me, the app that I'm using is called GoodNotes. If you want to know how I loaded all this into my GoodNotes, just go ahead to my week 1 of the Counted Peony video. That video is about an hour long, and I do go over how I did it, how I create my notebooks for each design, stuff like that. So if you want to know how to do it on your iPad, because I know a lot of people use like an Android-based system for Pattern Keeper, I just use GoodNotes. I use GoodNotes for everything. I use it for school. I use it for my household budget. I use it for everything. This iPad is my life. If I ever lost this iPad, guys, and it didn't back up to my cloud, I'd be in so much trouble. To be honest. Okay. So we're coming close to doing this second box here now, which is this box here. So we're gonna do, let me finish this half stitch here so I know. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then just to double check myself, I'm going to make sure that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, which there is. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up 2 boxes. So I'm going to go up 1, and then we're going to go up another. Oh, I'm not doing much of grabbing of anything. And then we're going to go up another. So just to make sure, what we're going to do is I always double check where I am placing my stitches. So we have 2 empty, and we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're good there. Before I finish my full stitch, it's easier to remove a half a stitch than a full stitch. I've learned things the hard way through the years. Again, I've been doing this. I started cross-stitching, let me think, it was during the pandemic, so probably like 2019, 2020. I've been stitching for fun. Okay, so then I'm going to go down 1. There is the 1. Alright, my throat's getting a little froggy. I feel like I always warn you guys when I'm going to cut or pause because I get a little raspy a little quickly. Okay, so we're going to stop here. I'm going to pause you. There's a cat here. I'm going to pause you and I'm going to be right back. Alright friends, I am back. I took a drink of water, I blew my nose, and put some chapstick on. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and mark these off. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4. And we did, what row are we on now? We're on row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go ahead and just mark all these out because we're going to finish up these stitches now. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's that. I really do love this app. I feel like it's so convenient, especially more so because of how I use the app now, and I figured out how to use it for cross-stitching. I haven't seen anybody really do like a tutorial thing for GoodNotes for counted cross-stitching, so I thought I would go ahead and do it for you guys and then do a stitch with me to show you how I use it in like real time. Because yeah, I could do a tutorial and show you how to do it all, but I feel like showing you and then doing that stitch with me showed you how you would use it in real time. Because again, I wasn't given these luxuries when I first started all this. There we go. Okay. And maybe next time, maybe I'll have enough progress done on this where we could jump over to another square. Maybe we can do a different color. I'll just have to make sure that I have the right boxes. And again, that's what I love about pre-gridding. I don't know how some of those stitchers, some of you guys, you do this without even gridding. My mind could never. I would literally be off like 1 or 2 stitches throughout my whole thing, to be honest with you, if I didn't have the gridding boxes to double check myself. And it's just one of those things I just get easily distracted sometimes, and which is why like when I'm at work, I don't even like respond to like my phone goes into work mode. What it means is like I put it into, so those of you that have like Androids or Apples, you guys know that there is like a focus mode, right? So I have one labeled for work, and my kids know not to like message me or text me unless it's an emergency. So, okay, friends, in about 5 minutes, I gotta scurry to pick up my kid, and that's probably where I'll end this video. I'll probably stay working on this until I get some more work done on it, because as you can see, I haven't put much work in on this particular canvas out of all my Stitch With Me's. And it's honestly because I just keep forgetting to charge my iPad. When I do Counted, I have it to where my background doesn't turn off, so if I don't remember to turn off said iPad, it drains my battery. Like last night I was watching The Godfather of Harlem. If you haven't watched that, definitely get in on it. It'll make a lot of sense about what was going on in like the 50s and 60s in Harlem with the civil rights movement and like the drugs and all that stuff. I think if you like those kind of things, I think you would like the TV show. So, anyways, side note, back to the Counted. Last night I forgot to turn off my iPad and I got up to go use the restroom in the middle of the night and I was like, why is my iPad still on? Yeah, your ditzy girl forgot to turn it off. That's why. So I had to put it on the charger in the middle of the night to make sure we at least had it for today's Stitch With Me, because I had this one scheduled for today to do. All right. So after I come back this way is where I'll probably stop the video. One of my viewers told me every couple of stitches to rotate my needle. It's a great tip. I just get so in the zone that I keep forgetting. It's a great tip when I can remember it. If you can't remember and you're forgetful like me, I kind of just let my needle like drop. So what I'll do is like I'll go like this along it and then I'll kind of let it dangle and let it untwist itself. And then I just get back to stitching. That's why you kind of will see my needle go off the camera every so often. Just so I can untwist my thread. And ever since that tip, have you guys noticed I haven't been getting knots galore in my stitching? After that tip, I was like, where has this tip been all my life? So all I do is Like I see which way it twists and then I just twist my needle, whatever direction I feel it needs to be twisted. You can tell when you pull your thread like tight, you'll be able to see. So like you can kind of see that it needs to be twisted to the left a bit for me. I think it's because I'm a left-handed stitcher. I don't know, maybe. Okay. Sometimes you might have to twist it the other way. But yeah, all I do is a couple of threads or a couple stitches, and then I just twist it. So again, big shout out to my follower that gave me that tip. I appreciate you. All right. Let's go ahead and park our needle here because I will be leaving in approximately 3 minutes, 2 minutes actually, to go get my little one. Let's park this here. Okay, so we just finished, let's see, we finished this row here. Okay, so I will go ahead and put the whole thing in screen for you. So this whole section here I just finished. So I might, because I have a lot of 939 left, I want to see. Ooh, look, we could probably start stitching into those here. Okay, so by the time we come back for our next stitch with me, I'm probably gonna finish like this whole section here and maybe start here so we can start stitching on this. And then I'll kind of show you guys the parking method that I do. Because if you can see here, this one right here is a different color than this. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 symbols just right here. So I can show you, like this one is going to be a single stitch. Maybe I'll do a parking method. I'm not sure. We'll see. Just because I only park if there's only like a space of 3. So like this one here, I would definitely park because there's all those there. But I kind of wing it when I do my stitching. So I think I'm gonna call it good here and then maybe end this stitch with me for this week. All right, friends. Well, that concludes this week's Stitch With Me, which is that counted peony week 2 Stitch With Me. If you stayed all the way till the end, I really appreciate you staying and going along with this Stitch With Me. I look forward to seeing you guys in more Stitch With Me's with the counted canvases. If you're a subscriber, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel, and I really appreciate all the support you guys give me. If you're not a subscriber and you like the content that I provide and you like counted cross stitches, go ahead and give me a thumbs up so that way I know that this is the kind of content that you guys like. Also, go ahead and click that subscribe button for me. Again, thank you very much for staying till the end, and I really appreciate everyone hanging out with me today. Until the next video, I will see you guys later. I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of the week and you have a great day. Bye-bye.